people. Que pasa, sac passe, what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. This one is called warning, especially to women out there that are dating Jamaican men. And I am not going to say that all Jamaican men are the same, but we don't give credit for people that are doing what they are supposed to do. What we do is expose those that are doing all sorts of ungodly deed. So me just say, make sure you know that person's personality, if him have anger management problem, and even more. If him have any sorts of BODY upon him tally, strives for taking away women. Not talking about self-defense, not talking about men that him take away because of self-defense. May I talk about women that he has taken out because him get mad, him get sick, him head no good, and him pretty much EXPLODE. Next thing you know, him partner, him wife, him girlfriend, or him mate gone. Such is the fact about a man named Robert Anthony Headley. It is said that this man is from Sandy Bay. While he was living in Jamaica, his wife lost her life questionable means. This was a couple of decades ago. That man would then move to Florida, Fort Lauderdale, North Lauderdale to be specific. This is his picture, his booking picture from the Broward Sheriff Office. It is said that on Sunday, sometimes in the night, the neighbor them heard loud EXPLOSIONS, multiple. Them call the pawpaw. When the pawpaw go over there, them see the lady lay down flat in a pool of her own, BLOOD. Him never left, him never try to run, because people, Mr. Headley is 59, about to be 60, so therefore him probably ask himself, which spot me I go run go? Me can't hide. Me no dey in that type of health condition for run up and down. So therefore, when the pawpaw come, me I go just deal with it in a court and just take my time and go on about my business. Mr. Headley has a girlfriend, don't know if she's wife. This is her picture right here on the screen. You notice she's a nice looking girl, looks kinda younger than him. Look like she could be his daughter. Me no know, sometimes some of these people, them look young even when them kinda older. So people, me no really know her age. It is said that Mr. Headley called up this lady 7 times, most of it in her face, because him hear or him feel or him sense say she a cheat upon him. Now people, the truth and the fact is that most persons that are evilous, them put out a good image. Most people don't show their character upon them forehead, or them no wear it like some sorts of epaulet upon them shoulder. So sometimes you just don't know. You will meet somebody and you think they are the nicest person until you get upon them wrong side, until their natural instincts kick in, until them get angry and them change like the Incredible Hulk. Them get green with envy, green with anger, or actually red. I am saying, I don't know if this lady know this man good. However, I am sure that she has seen some sorts of sign, because people, and I don't like to be the judge of character, because sometimes you have beauty and you have the beast, and them in love and it works out. Sometimes them say opposite attract, sometimes it don't, as in the case of this, me no think said work out. However, I am going to assume, and I don't know these people's life, that this man was probably taking care of this girl. She was kept, maybe she had her job. People, me no know. It had to be something. When you say two people kind of look a little bit different, And they said that love is blind. However, love no dumb, love no that fool. Me just a say, speaking generally, I know that there are isolated cases or incidents in which it happened, but me just a say, not usually. She must have seen some sorts of sign. Because this man, and I am not saying that it cannot happen, is not just going to get up one day and then select the tool and then let off 7 piece, most of them in our head. And not to justify this man's action, because you can never do that. There's no sorts of justification. Don't think that this anger just happened just a spur of the moment. I think that this might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. Still no sorts of justification. I think that this man must have been getting some sorts of bun over and over and over. Maybe him lash out and maybe she continued to do it. And even if that was the case, even if you get bun from HTB, National and all of them bakery, it is still no justification for you to take away anybody. What the law and the rule says is that you pack up and you leave. You leave this lady, you go east, she go west, north, south, vice versa. However, a lot of times these women, them want them cake and them want eat it too. So therefore, them want a separate minister of work, the man that I deal with the thing properly as according to what they like. And then them have the minister of finance, which is the man that is getting all of the problem, in which them are stress him out, in which sometimes it gets overwhelming, in which them know say, well, this man I deal with the case, and this man I deal with the home, this man I pay the bill, the water bill, the cable, the mortgage, the car note. So therefore, why leave when the minister of work nah no sorts of money in broke like dog? So therefore, them want them cake and them want eat it too. Whenever you do that, and I am not saying that it is justified, then you should know for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. You should know that with the good also comes the bad. Nothing for nothing, good or bad. That is exactly how life works. But the moral of the story in all of this is that this man, according to my sources, him take with him wife in a sandy bay in a Jamaica. Nothing no come out of it. Me no know if him get any sorts of big lawyer and him bought the case. And then him go to Florida. Me no know if him have any other people upon him color, any other stripes, DEATH that he has committed because of jealousy. Fast forward over the weekend, Sunday gone, him do the same thing to him girlfriend again, 7 times in the face. So that tells you a leopard never changes its spots. That tells you whenever you see people start have anger management problem, they are not going to change unless divine intervention, unless them get professional help, and even those cannot solve it because people have certain things in them genetic makeup, in them chromosome, in them DNA, that it just takes a matter of time. Their natural instinct is going to kick in. So to avoid this, I would say you gain your independence. That means you don't have to put up with no BS from the man that you don't really like. You just like the financing. Whenever you see the signs, there are always the signs. The man don't just get up and act like a madman and the one go and blaze you up 7 times in the head. I know you cannot hear because you are gone. But me just say, for all you other women out there in circumstance or situation like this, my recommendation, if you know that this man has the potential of taking you away because you give it the PUMS. If you cannot be good, be very careful. However, if you cannot be careful, you might just end up like this lady. So therefore, take heed. Make some sorts of adjustment in your life, because the life that you save might be your own. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, there's a popular song out there called Everything Go on a Foreign, oldest song. Yardy get the blame. Well, people, in the case of Joshy dancehall artists, anything that happens in a grand spin, a Joshy get the blame. It has to do with Joshy directly or indirectly, or does it? On Sunday at about after 2 going on to 3, I was watching my Miami Dolphins beat up some people at the stadium. Me get a call. When me get a call, me hear a barrage of shot in the background. Me say to the person, I whisper you there, Baghdad. Them say no, some hell of SHOTS a blaze up over Grand Spain. I immediately thought, wow, this thing between Joshy blaze up again and finally start as I expected. Only to hear that, yes, some sorts of pie out accord. However, it was at some sorts of construction sites. The person that is running the construction site, his name is Mansa. Based on the information, it is said that some men roll up in some sorts of Toyota Axio, exit the vehicle with all sorts of tall up, mostly M to the 16 and some handpiece. They began to blaze up some place, some people, blaze up some can. After the SONNY-K cleared, 3 people get caught up. 2 of them immediately lost their life. 1 person was taken to the place of recovery. Him get caught up. I was told that him a try running at some sorts of steel. He lost his life. The 3 persons that lost their life, 45-year-old Sean Brooks, Gawain Henry R. Harvey, and also Omar. He was the one that tried to running at the steel, and then the people caught him up. Anyway, so 3 people lose them life. It is said that the men then exit pan Shortwood Lane, jump back in an escape vehicle. However, some popo that was on the scene saw them, and then there was some sorts of chase. It is conflicting whether them CRASH the vehicle and then take out some people out of them vehicle. However, they were later intercepted in a central Kingston, whatever it is, by the popo. It is said that the popo held at least 3 to 4 of them, and they held them with some sort of tool. The sad thing about this situation is that none of these 3 youths that lost them life were the intended target, meaning Sean, Gawain, or Omar. It is said that the people came for somebody else, as it pertains to some sorts of tool that was missing. Cannot validate or verify that, me just tell you what word on the street is. So it tells me, these youth, it seems as if whenever them go on any sorts of mission, them not really want the target, them just want to take away the soft target. Because maybe them feel as if them actually see the target might target them. So therefore, in some cowardly reprisal act, them try to take away people that they know pose no sorts of harm to them. Pretty much innocent people, because it is said all 3 are hard-working people, not involved, not mixed up in anything. They just happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, allegedly. Now the thing is this, as it pertains to Grand Spain, a day before that, Joshy brother, his name is Musi, he lost his life. So therefore, if anybody know anything about Grand Spain, or you are going on any sorts of ops, know the history of the place, know say whenever anything flare up, you are always going to have popo and soldier posted, especially when a high profile person like Joshy brother just get caught up 24 hours before this. So you know, so them are dead because they are expecting some sorts of flare up. So you know that there's going to be the 9-day posting of soldier and popo. The 9-day did not elapse or pass. So therefore, these people that went, is as if them are set up themselves, is as if them fool, is as if they were not briefed to know. So listen, the place kind of hot right now. The sad thing is that 3 innocent people have to lose them life because them are look for some sorts of intended target. The good thing is that the Popo actually chase them down, intercept the vehicle, find them with some sorts of tool. So more than likely, all of those persons that was held, whether it is 3 or 4 suspect, they will have at least triple also the toll. So therefore, they will be looking at a couple of decades. They will more than likely be gone for the rest of their natural life. Hope for the best and expect the worst, because we know that our judicial system, as in the DPP, Popo, they have a very bad habit of fumbling the ball and losing cases that are supposed to be slam dunk, open and closed case. The sad thing is that there was not any sorts of closed casket for any of these 3 or 4 suspects, because it is not as if you hear say you were in an active chase. You chase down the people after you hear the pipe up sound. You find the people with tool. You and I and every Popo that is attached to the JCF know the cliche script that is out there. You chase down a vehicle with some gunmen. The gunmen jump out of the vehicle, alighted out of the vehicle, pointed the tool in your direction. You took evasive action and thought that was a situation in which your life was in danger. You then discharge a couple of rounds, maybe a couple of 100 or so, would be okay in the vehicle, in the direction of the men. After the smoke clear, 3 or 4 MEN was laid out, flat out, multiple, mostly in a them face. Closed casket case, closed casket funeral. What else can I say? It seems as if you guys are not getting the script. Why are you wasting taxpayers' money with these people that got caught with their hands in the cookie jar? You should have sent them to the afterlife. Like me say, you have the option to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner. FUCK what Indicom thinks. I have no problem with Indicom intervening whenever innocent people get hurt or innocent people lose them life. However, in a case like this, it should be case closed, case open immediately. Everybody DEADING. But then again, I am just an emotional PISSED of blogger that speaks for the general consensus that is out there. We are tired of them. We need to get rid of them ASAP. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself.